dice, mira. En Estados Unidos, ser gordo es súper chingón. Te dicen Big Mike o Fat Joe. En México eres el Mantecas o el Yeni. Llenito de caca. Oh, man.
3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome to Choppin' It Up with Barber Serg. My pencil just got jacked up. But anyways, I'm your host, Barber Serg. To my right, I got today Albert. Far from me, to the right as well, I got my boy German, and right across from me, I got my producer Pierre.
What's up, guys?
All right, everybody. Let me see. We didn't record for a couple weeks, but we're back. We missed out a bunch of things. We missed the Dodgers losing. We missed LeBron entering the season 1-4 or something like that, 1-5, like just terribly. And we missed. Well, we didn't miss Halloween, right? And we're about that. So we'll get into that right now. Let me see. What'd you guys do for Halloween? I know, Pierre. What did you end up doing with the family?
Oh yeah. So I dressed up as a clown. And to be honest,
happy clown. You started juggling.
Yeah, it was a pretty scary clown. I'm not gonna lie. And everybody was asking for pictures, man. It was like I was a celebrity. As soon as I showed up I went to Apollo Park.
Okay.
Right there, right next to you guys is.
Yeah. What do they have right there? Like a fair going on?
It was like a fair.
Okay.
It was a little fair, and a little costume contest and all that. So I dressed up as a clown right away, and man, dude, everybody was like, "Oh, hey, can I have a picture with you?" I literally dressed up as a clown, and I had 4 balloons in my hand, and I was walking around everywhere with 4 balloons in my hand, and I wasn't talking when they would ask me, "Hey, can I take a picture?" I would just nod my head. I would just go like this. Everybody was like tripping. I'm like, "Okay, can we have a picture with you?" And I'm just going like this, and they kept, "Why don't you talk?" And I just kept on looking at them. Everybody was terrified, dude. Everybody was terrified, dude. No lie. I'll show you guys a picture. I'll put it up here so everybody can see it too. Yeah, man, it was a pretty awesome day.
Scared the shit out of the kids.
Dude, it was crazy.
What was your wife telling you?
Oh, she was scared shitless. You see me in the background right there? Those are my kids. You see that? Look, check it out, guys. Oh.
So I'm assuming your lady didn't even want to hang out with you. She's like, "Yeah,
nah,
you do
man.
your thing. We're gonna go over here."
Nah, bro, she was actually like terrified. Like I actually have a video. She's scared of clowns. So I'm giving her a kiss right here. Like, she's like, "Oh no." See, she's hitting me like, "Get away from me." It's pretty cool mask. Cool mask. What about you guys? What did you guys do for Halloween?
I think Germany, you said you stayed in, right?
I stayed. I was a very boring individual this year.
This year, yeah. Do you usually go stay in or not really?
Man, I used to go out in college. I used to freaking party. You know, it was like one of the only times of the year where it was just like okay for
you to goof around or what?
People to wild out. You know what I mean? So.
What do you mean? It was just like those times when it was okay. It's still okay, bro.
I guess so. You know.
Yeah, you're just gonna,
eventually married. You know.
What's your point? I mean, you can't go out like this was married. He's still going out with his wife and his 2 kids. You know.
Oh, I know. I mean, you could go out with the
missus, go out to Hollywood, dress up as stand-up couples. Like one's the plug, the other one's the switch.
You know what? I always wanted to do that, like freaking
like a couple costume or what?
Yeah, like a couple costume. But you know what? I'm just the worst.
Albert and I were dressed as a couple with other two other friends who came out as Conjunto Norteño.
Quadruple.
That's right. With what do we have? They had the kids' instruments. They had the guitar. I took a ukulele. Albert had the drum, and he had like a little can on the side as well, so you could hit the high beat. We had a friend Rudy. He was a saxophone guy, and my friend David. David that was here last time. He had the accordion. And so that's what we were doing the whole freaking night. We were just fucking around. Went to a party in Beverly Hills. Supposed to be a mansion party, but
we were pretty big. It was 3 stories.
Yeah, it was 3 stories. Yeah, which kind of a lot of rooms were closed off. Anyways, there was like I think the 2nd floor. There was only 1 room that you could go into.
How do you guys find out about the mansion part?
I got hit up by somebody on social media. They hit me up on Instagram.
And you had to pay or no?
Yeah. You had to pay. You had to prepay. Not prepay. What's it?
Yeah, just buy your ticket ahead of time.
Yeah, buy your ticket. I think if you bought them with the discount code, you got $10 off. So they were $50
like
each.
A pre-sale?
Yeah, there you go, pre-sale. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't a lot of people. We ended up afterwards. We ended up going to a club, and we were goofing around as well.
You went to BRB recently, no?
It was. When did we go to BRB?
That was 2 days ago.
Friday. Friday. There you go.
How was it? It looked like it was a lot of people.
Yeah, it gets cool. I mean, I think it's more happening on Saturdays than it is on Fridays. I think it's just everybody's already into the weekend instead of starting the weekend. But it was alright. Still not bad. You know, a lot of people there. We ended up walking towards Joseph, I think it was, in Downey. can't be in there drinking and, you know what I mean, trying to just look around and, you know, smell vomit everywhere. Like,
And then not just that, but the bouncers at these places, at the bars, at whatever you want to call it, lounge, clubs. Man, these guys, they take the road too seriously.
A little too serious.
Yeah, keep walking, flashing their little lights.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't
bro,
be right
nobody's
here.
even walking.
Dude,
like,
no one's.
no one's coming. Like, what, really?
For my birthday,
This
fucking
place is empty.
Sergey went all wild on these freaking bouncers right there at Joseph's.
Oh, I went wild. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. All right. I probably still, the veins, all the freaking pain is still there. Fool. Yeah, so
I don't know the story.
What happened? I want to hear that story.
I
I want to hear.
Birthday, we went to Barriles, and we were downstairs. We were watching the Dodger game.
Yeah, it was cool, huh? Like
Yeah,
everybody.
it was cool. It was a good atmosphere. He had to take a lot of people. And then German, you know, I told him, like, dude, we're gonna go to BRB afterwards because they close it down. I mean, we're gonna go to Joseph's afterwards because they close it down. And don't get too drunk because if you're going staggering, they're not gonna let you in. And if you were to put money on it, you would have won. Because he couldn't get in. He got into an argument with the bouncer. They didn't want to let him in, so he wanted to fight the guy.
But upstairs, you know, like even at BRB, we're having a good time. We're dancing.
Oh,
You know?
everybody
It was cool. It was cool.
You guys are dancing together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody was dancing. You know.
Moonwalking, whatever.
Dude, I was way too into it. Like, man, it was ridiculous. I saw myself. I was like punching the air and fucking like doing stupid.
No, I'll tell you what happened. Exactly what happened. So he put it. He left a gigantic gap between himself and the guy that he wanted to fight, and that allowed for me to go right into the middle. So sure enough, I go into the middle. I'm like, shit, there's too much fucking space, and so I rushed German, and he rushed me because he wanted to go towards the guy, and I'm a $190 soaking wet. This guy's 260. What do you weigh right now?
No, like 290.
Two-
No, actually, you know what?
God
Last time, and actually, I weighed myself recently. I don't know if it's wrong.
291.
It's under 270.
Oh, okay.
But
so
last time, before the last time I had checked.
Okay, so
I
you
was
only had an
over
80-pound difference. You know?
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We both rushed each other, and I just shoved me out of the way, dude. I ended up hitting my right below the elbow
Dude,
into
I don't even
a
remember
corner of a pillar, and my whole arm went numb after that, dude. I was like, poof.
Well,
So-
I was talking about upstairs where we were dancing, you know what I mean? But yes, we ended up going to Joseph's, and I went under, what happened was I went under the little ropes, you know, to cut in front of my friends. I was like, oh, I know these guys. I'm going in with them, and they were kind of, you know how they
weren't
like you
having
said, they're kind of, you know, serious about their job. And he was like, you know what, you're not coming in.
Like that? Wow, really? Just because of that? I thought they didn't want to let you in because you were too drunk.
I mean, I was too drunk as well, but
that too.
but that was it. You know,
That's
like,
beyond
no,
the point.
you can't come in. You
Uh,
can't come in.
Yeah.
And then I got angry. I was like, dude, come on, man. Like, fucking, just let me in. It's my birthday. You know, I'm trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
But obviously, when you're drunk, nothing makes sense.
No, you should get a pass though, because it's your
I think you were
birthday.
trying to walk in backwards, right? Like, that's what's going on.
It was
Like,
through
He was
through the side.
moonwalking.
I was moonwalking.
So it was going backwards, but it's like
wait a minute.
And so I started arguing with them. That's what I remember. It's only bits and pieces I remember. So I started arguing with them, and then you guys pulled me back or whatever.
I wasn't there when you were doing the argument.
Okay, so someone was pulling me back. It was like a group, and I was like, hey, you know, I was arguing. And I convinced them to let me go, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm good. And then that's when I ran.
So you ran.
By
then, your fiance, she didn't even know where you were. I told her, like, hey, you know, German's outside. Like, they didn't let him in. It's pretty much time to go. So that's what happened. That's when she went to go get you. I called an Uber for you, a Lyft. And you're like, all right, I gotta go take a leak. So we're like, all right, cool. So we let you go, man. You know, on your own will. 2 steps into it, poof, beeline for the security guard, dude. I'm like, there was like 2-3 people chasing after you, man. So I get in between you. That's what happens. You rush me. I hit the wall. My arm goes numb, and I have to get up, dude. And I'm telling you, dude, as soon as I get up, bro, you clock back. You know what I mean? I go, dude, if I hadn't seen that punch coming, it would have been lights off for me. Luckily,
wait, I was gonna hit you?
No, you were gonna swing at the security guard, but the security guard was way over there, and you were over here, and I had gotten up.
What?
Yeah, I had gotten up, and dude, and I saw you just clock back, and I go, oh shit! So I moved to the right, to my left, and it looked like you just grazed me. It looked like I popped a pimple because it was like a red spot right there. I go,
Oh, no, dude.
yeah. So when you had your arm out, I grabbed under you, and 2 of your other friends, I think it was, pulled you, back, and we took you back outside, and we put you in the lift, dude, and we're like, hey, it's time to go. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it was a magical night.
Fun time
in Halloween.
That's what we should have done for Halloween, huh? Fucking.
Reenact the fight. What about about you, Albert? Did anything do before or anything like that during the week or something like that?
Nah, just on Halloween on the 31st, I ended up going with my sister and her kids trick or treating. You know, just having fun with them. I hardly see them now that I work so much.
Yeah.
So I just told her, hey, you know what? I just got out of work. Wait for me. I'm gonna go with you and the kids because it's only one of my sisters does that with her children. The other one, she's Christian, so they don't really do anything like that.
They do like a little harvest, right? Like they kind of all hang out at the church and kind of thing. Yeah. Wait, like harvest candies.
Harvest candy.
Oh, yeah.
It's
candy corn
thing. It's a new thing that they do now.
Oh, gotcha.
No, but at the Christian places, right? They have everybody outside, food and stuff, right?
Yeah, they have their own little thing.
But no dressing up.
Yeah.
I've been invited to a couple of my kids. They love dressing up, so I wouldn't go. But
I thought it was Jehovah's Witnesses the one that don't celebrate.
They don't do that either.
Yeah. So it's also Christians that do it.
Christians don't do Halloween.
Die hard. This is like die hard Christians,
They don't, and also like dancing, right, or something like that. There's other
dance.
Well, my cousins.
There's a certain type of
yeah,
Christian.
like my cousins over there in Moreno Valley. They don't dance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I'd seen a quote somewhere that said, "Oh man, I really can't remember. I'm gonna mess up this quote." It's like the difference between being religious and being spiritual is being religious, you follow the word no matter how wrong it is, and being spiritual, you follow. I guess you don't have to follow the word. You know what I mean? It's one of those where, like, you know, if it's wrong, you don't have to. You don't have to do it. You know, that's like I said, I messed it up. But it's one of those where, like, you know, people that are religious, they're like into the religion. They do it no matter how wrong it might seem. It might be like Selena. You know, her dad was I think Jehovah's Witness, and when she got shot, she had a chance to be saved. All she needed was a blood transfusion. And,
that's true.
Yeah, and her dad didn't want to do it because of their religion. It was one of those where, like, they didn't do it in the religion, and so she ended up dying because of that. And I go, dude, that sucks, man.
Talk about
imagine how much Tex-Mex music we missed out because of the dad, bro. You know what I mean?
Tex-Mex. But dude, that's kind of the shit that happened with Gandhi. You guys heard about Gandhi or not?
No, whatever with Gandhi.
Like he had his wife got super sick, but there was a vaccine to help her, right?
Okay.
But because, you know, they were super against vaccines and all that shit, he didn't let her, dude. So she died.
Yeah.
But then that motherfucker got sick.
And he took the vaccine.
Vaccine, bro. Isn't that fucking crazy? Dude, and this is a guy that, like, everybody, like, reveres, you know what I mean? Like,
Gandhi was a Buddhist, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Was he a Buddhist? Is he a Buddhist?
I know the Dalai Lama was a Buddhist.
He's one of those spiritual leaders type of shit, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing, like you said, like religion and
Was he a monk?
spiritual.
Monk? I'm not quite sure. There's like little tiny fly flying everywhere. Anyways, that sucks, dude. We're like, you let your partner die, you let your wife die, and then you're like, nah, I'm not going that route. Hypocrisy, that's right. Men, you know what I mean?
But yeah, dude, like, I see what you're saying, though, with religion and spiritual. I think it's more like religion is like you follow the letter of the law, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Spiritual is more of a feeling, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You do what you feel.
It's a feeling.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
It's kind of difficult, you know? Because it's like, you know, sometimes the right thing isn't something you feel good about. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of a
double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, we were talking about what had happened last week and a couple weeks ago. Also, what had happened, I don't know if you guys saw the lotto. Everybody went lotto crazy. Everyone tickets, everybody tickets. I got like $4 in lotto tickets. $4. And I didn't win. I was surprised. I was like, what the fuck, dude? 2 tickets, you know what I mean? I should have just got a number.
You always dream, you know?
Yeah, you always dream. And then, like,
every time it goes above, like, I would say 500 million, I kind of start buying. And then I'm like, when I buy, I don't even check if I win. It's just
you forget
just having it, I feel like I have a chance, you know.
Yeah.
So
you do have a chance. Just by having a ticket.
And I always.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
And so I like it when no one wins because it keeps going up, you know. And I'm like, yeah, you know, like so you're dreaming.
Not only am I a loser, everybody else is a loser.
So you just keep thinking like,
I'm not the only
one.
one.
It's still a possibility, you know, and you just.
Yeah, it gives you a
You
chance
just-
to spend more money on it.
I usually feel like happy, during that time. Like,
when nobody wins.
like if we could just keep losing and it gets to like 3 billion or something. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously it never happened.
Somebody wins, you're like, now you feel good for that person that wins. You know what I mean?
Hey,
They won
man.
that much money.
No one really thought it was gonna get to over 1 billion.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
There it goes.
Yeah.
It goes
Right
up.
now it's like one of them is like at $70 million, which is still a lot. Considering you take away taxes, 35 mil around there. That's still $35 million. I mean, you spend $1 million a year. At 35 years, you'll spend $35 million. Which means I'm old as shit. In 35 years, I'm like, dude, that's fucking old as fuck to be spending $1 million a year. Same thing with all of you guys, right? You know what I mean?
It's a lot of money. Anything is anything
60s,
over
70s.
honestly, like, it changes your life. Anything over,
Yeah,
I say anything over 100 million, 100,000 will change your life because you could buy something.
Yeah, but I mean that's before or after tax.
No, after taxes. I would say 100,000 because then you could
put down a house or a
yeah,
beautiful home. You know what I mean? Your
Yeah.
mortgage is still gonna be like $4,000.
or a multiplex, something.
I know everybody always gets asked this question. One thing though, the first thing, and you kind of have to pamper yourself. The very first thing you would buy,
Yeah, what would be the first thing you buy?
if you got a lot of. But the thing is, don't think like, oh, I bought my house for my mom. No, if you had to pamper yourself, what's the first thing you buy? What's the first thing, Serge? What about you, Serge?
Oh man, I don't know, probably a yacht.
A yacht?
A yacht?
Okay,
No.
I see that. Yeah.
You go to the beach a lot, or you
No,
go?
I'm not even.
Nah, man, but-
dude, you never know when there's a shark right swimming right next to you, dude.
But-
But in a yacht, I'm not in the ocean. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell. I'm on a boat. I'm not getting wet. I don't have to jump in there or anything.
Man, you'd have a lot of pool with a yacht, man. Jesus Christ.
With the helipad, dude, like the Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall
dude,
Street,
that'd be
hell
shit.
yeah.
And that would have like a.
Cute
Parties.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yacht parties would be sick. You know what? I think to this day I haven't been on a yacht party, but I've always wanted to go to a yacht party.
Yeah, we used to go to a club, right?
Boat
That was
party,
on a ferry boat.
It was like a
Yeah.
ferry boat.
And it was
What?
better.
That was cool, man.
Yeah,
It was
they had
cool, yeah.
the bottom, the first floor. It was just a big dance floor with the booths on the sides.
Yeah.
Second floor was all booths with a bar, and then the third floor was another bar with another dance floor.
Yeah, another dance
but that
floor.
one was separate from the first
From
two.
the first two,
Mm.
yeah.
And it went out? Like it went
Yeah,
out to the
yeah.
water, everything?
It took-
Yeah,
you
we're
went
not
out to the
just gonna-
water,
you can
did
still
the
see,
little
Long
U-turn.
Beach.
Long Beach.
Yeah.
They still have it or no?
I know which one it is. You have to go by, like, it's in front of the Queen Mary. Like it's on the other side of the Queen
Yeah,
Mary.
by where the Chili's is at, Hooters.
Yeah.
Bubble Gum.
That's by the Pike area, right? All that area?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
on
this
yeah,
side.
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, it was always cool. I always like going on that. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, like, you can pick up on a girl and what she gonna do? She can't jump off the boat.
She's stuck there.
No, cabrón.
Your game is so bad. If I
Y
could
cuando se escala,
Oh my god.
no, that is
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
What about you, Albert? What's the first thing you'd buy, man?
And we're not talking about like a necessity, just like
Not a necessity. Pampering yourself. Something that you have to have. Like, that's the first thing.
just a new car.
A new car? What kind of car?
Let me see, what kind of car? A Raptor, Ford Raptor.
Oh, dude, that's a joke.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Like, you got
I'm in shock, too. That's what I'm saying. You have all the
Nah.
money in the world. You're going to get a Raptor?
What the hell? What other truck would I want? I don't want a car. I want a truck.
You can have Lamborghini make you a
Like,
truck.
if you had to have, okay, all right, it's sports car. If you had to have the biggest sports car you could, like the best sports car you could have, what would you
No,
get?
but then that wouldn't be the first thing you get.
That's
You
not
said
the first thing. You said
a
Raptor. That's right,
Yeah,
that's right,
which is-
that's right.
You got $100 million in your pockets.
Hey,
you know
the
what
rest
I mean?
goes in my pocket.
Don't get me wrong. Like, the Raptor's amazing,
It's cool,
dude.
yeah,
I
but it's
love the
70 Gs,
Raptors.
You know what I mean? Like I said, dude, if I'm getting me a fucking yacht, it's
Wait, did you
half a million.
Are we talking? Did you say 100 million or 100,000?
100 million.
Oh,
Anything
oh,
you'd buy.
$100
Yeah.
Christ, I buy myself a small island.
A small, there you go. I said use my yacht to get
I-
you, son of a bitch.
I understood
Then
you
use my
said.
yacht. No way,
I
man.
understood you said 100,000, but
No,
100
no.
million. Oh, dude, I'll buy a little island in the Bahamas or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Waste about
That is-
15, 16, 20 million.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I think that's how much it costs, like 15, 16 mil, something like that. In the range. It's
Yeah.
not bad. I mean,
Alright.
that's a pretty good one.
What would you call the island, Albert?
Ooh,
Well, you
yeah.
can't say
Yeah.
Albert's Island. You can't say Albert's
He already
Island.
thought about that.
That's
He's
the
like,
first thing that
Albert's
probably
Island.
went through your head.
Dirty Sanchez Isles.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Sanchez Isle?
Yeah.
Isla de Sanchez?
Casa de Sanchez.
Ooh,
Casa de Sanchez. I like it, I like
And it'll just be like one pad right there for that's
Yeah.
it. That's
Casa
just
de
that.
Sanchez.
It's just one
That's
pad.
it. Be eating crabs 24/7 and fucking fish. That's the
Who am I, fucking Tom Hanks? That's me or what?
You're like, I got $100 million, dog. I'll just get all kinds of supplies. Like, fuck that.
Just have a care package shipped over every day.
Care. Look at this guy. By the way, make sure fucking the parachute opens up or it's gonna crush you.
What about you, bro? What about you, man?
You know what? I wouldn't want to buy something. I'd more so want to go somewhere.
Buy a person. Like
no. I'd want to go to I'd want to
Russian
like
wife?
my goal and my dream has always been to go to the World Cup and just be like in the center field.
Okay,
right there and just go to all the games.
Yeah, center court, right, the first seat right there.
Yeah, man.
Like you're a huge soccer fanatic, I'm guessing.
I mean, especially Mexico. You know, like I grew up rooting for Mexico. Like that's what we watch all the games. I love it. You know,
like there's a video.
And boxing. That'd be the other thing. But it's like we said one thing, but like boxing, man, I've always wanted to be front row in one of the big fights. You know, like a Canelo.
Yeah. Like right next to the La Hoya.
Yeah,
no,
right.
not even
in front.
Yeah, where all the special people would sit on right there. Oh,
man.
Yeah. Be looking at the TV like, hey, I'm right here. Look at this guy over here, like sucker.
I did get to do that once because I bet so much money. The first time I went to Vegas, like when I was 21, I almost didn't go, but I went. I was sick, and I got drunk so that I could get over it. Mm-hmm. And then on my way to the poker table, because I grew up like kind of like during the whole poker craze or whatever. So I had like a poker club. And on the way to the poker table, I see the roulette table, and then I fucking go crazy on the roulette table. I started winning, and I went above $10,000. This is my first time, and I'm tipping, 10% to the fucking dealers every single time. So I was winning, thousands of bucks in every hand, and then I would lose, but I was tipping, so I was accruing a lot of points, and so they gave me. I ended up losing everything, by the way, but they ended up crediting, like we had a villa that day. It was like 30 of us.
10,000 on black. It's roulette, sir.
And I did get to see Marcos Maidana, versus Victor Manuel Cayo, which was like a upcoming prospect at the time, and we were like third row. So if you see HBO, like if you see the knockout of Victor Manuel Cayo, we're right there. Like I'm like right, you can see me. Like like that's it. But I would like that like in a big fight,
Yeah, like a Mayweather.
Like when
McGregor
like I would like to be and this is the only time you'll hear me say this, Mitt Romney. When fucking when Juan Manuel Marquez knocked out Pacquiao, he was like they have
that's your face.
I want to be that guy, yeah, man. So that'd be me.
I think it was one of Mayweather's fighters, Mickey. Oh man, I forgot his last name. He fought
Mickey Bay.
Mikey Bay. He fought John Molina, and when Molina knocked out Mikey Bay, I think one of Mayweather's guys was like, "Oh!" I still remember that one to this day. Like, dude, he watched Mikey Bay get knocked out. I couldn't believe it. Like, oh my god, like what's going on, dude?
Yeah, dude.
That would be you,
Joe
Goosen,
man. Joe Goosen, dude. He always has like those fighters that come up with those last minute knockouts, and he just has the best like reactions to him. Like he always gets them, brings them up, and the fighters are always like, Diego Corrales.
You hype them up, you know what I mean? You over exaggerate their victory.
He's like, hey, you got one more round, man, right? Like you got to show me something, right? Like fucking Joe Goosen.
That's pretty cool, man. What about you, Pierre? What would you be? Oh, before you said, I'm sorry. There was a video I just saw today earlier. I'm sorry about that. No, where they asked an older guy, like, oh, ¿qué es lo primero que compraría cuando se ganara la lotería? And the guy's like, oh, lo primero? And he's like, ¿de veras? Lo primero es una nueva esposa. And then it rolls up into the credits.
Damn.
I go, damn, that's jacked up, man. But you, Pierre, what would you be? Don't say una nueva esposa for your wife watches
it. Dude, I can't. No. First, for a car, but it would be the GTR, the Nismo. Have you guys seen the GTR?
Yeah, GTR, the Skyline? The
it was the Skyline.
Yeah.
New Nissan GTR. That'd be my first thing.
That'd be the first one?
I want to go fast, man.
You gotta remember though. You got $100 million. You know what I mean? You can get that.
Man that wins $100 million dies shortly after boarding a GTR.
Crashing his Nismo car over PCH. Just
5 minutes after buying his GTR.
I immediately regret the decision. Oh man, that's terrible.
They have it live and shit.
Yeah, dude, GTR though. I like going fast, man. I like driving fast.
I mean, I just put myself in a VR thing and just go as fast as hell. I'm not gonna fucking go on or buy a track or something like that. 5-mile track and just take off. But I'm not gonna.
A plane would be nice, but that's too expensive.
Dude, I don't know. I guess
it's expensive, man.
Yeah,
Like
because I know the
that's
gas is
even
like
more
10
than
grand.
that
Yeah, the
It's
gas is like 10 grand.
expensive.
That's
So
why
that's why I always think of things like I'm like, fuck, dude. Like you gotta be making a shitload of money consistently to be able to afford shit
yeah. Like P Diddy, I heard that fool would like fly first class every once in a while because the gas would be like 10 grand. He just did not want to spend 10 G's on it.
Who's gonna spend 10 G's?
But it's this P Diddy. He's got over 100 mil, dude. You know what I mean? It's like even at that
way more over 100.
Yeah. Even at that point, you're like, I just don't want to freaking fly in my own jet.
Yeah, dude, it's like ridiculous.
That's a lot, man. What about
Although it would be nice to avoid all that all those lines.
all the way, just walk through
security,
everybody?
like
See, that's what I want to do. It's like I'm not even buy my own plane or something like that. I just walk through by everybody. Like later, bonus. Like just watch me get into just one plane. You know, some big ass 747 just by myself. Like, yep, bring on the what is it? The hookers and cocaine. You know,
hookers and cocaine.
What about let's see. We're in early November, so Thanksgiving is coming. So the question is, turkey or ham?
Tamales.
What do you guys? Tamales. No, that's Christmas. Come on, man. Get it straight.
Dude, you know what though? I eat tamales in Thanksgiving.
Really?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Tamales all the time.
The funniest shit was growing up, man. I think my family was the worst. We used to eat chicken, bro.
Like
Just chicken out of the oven too.
Chicken for Thanksgiving.
Like
And it wasn't even like.
rotisserie chicken or
Nah, dude. You know what? I think we would buy it from the store.
Oh,
No.
El pollo loco right
Yeah,
there. Your mom would
dude.
dress it up like she made it.
I mean, it might have been like a okay chicken, but it's just.
Like Talladega nights where like, kids, get over. I've been slaving over the stove all day, and it's like, oh, it's just pasta.
KFC.
Yeah.
But
Pizza.
Domino's.
If I had to choose between turkey and ham, you know what? But we did have ham, and I really liked ham.
Yeah.
I'm a ham guy.
Yeah,
But I
a
do
ham
like
guy,
I
too.
do like turkey though.
I've had it. I've had turkey maybe a couple of times,
But
but just every time I've had it, it's
Too dry, huh?
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
too
some
dry.
people don't make it right. Like most people don't make it right. But I've had turkey like when it's made right,
Yeah.
and believe me, it wasn't me that made it.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ham is always really good. It's easier
It's
to make.
just
I feel.
sweet, and you could eat it. You can combine it with anything and everything. You know. What I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That's-
And then
My
mac
mom's-
and cheese. Ooh.
My mom's turkey's always moist, bro. Always moist. It's excellent. She bastes all the time, dude. Like she literally takes it out. Like she's like on top of the turkey.
See, that's what like my compadre's mom. She gets cooking wine and she'll put the turkey in a pot, like 3-4 bottles of cooking wine, and she'll leave it there for like a day or something like that. So when she cooks it, it's like super moist. It goes from like a 10-pound turkey to like a big ass 20 pounder. You know what I mean? It sucks up all the moisture, and then when you're done cooking, it's still pretty good. I mean, it's good, but it's just for me. I don't like the taste of turkey.
Yeah.
It's not it's not something that I would go for. So for me, I'd rather just eat ham and with all the sides. What about you, Albert? What do you guys eat?
The same thing. If it's a really really moist turkey, I'll take the turkey. But I enjoy the ham
Overall,
even
though.
more
Yeah,
overall.
exactly.
Now let's talk about la recalentada.
Oh,
The ham, it's gonna be good for the next freaking 5
7
days.
days, dude.
Eggs and ham.
Yeah, dude.
Eggs and
Eggs
ham,
and
ham turkey,
ham sandwich,
turkey sandwich.
Yeah. Oh, man,
Ham
that's the
sandwiches
best.
with the Hawaiian bread. You just
Yeah,
put it
there
on
you
there.
go. Yeah, oh,
dude, I
exactly.
can't wait.
Ham
And what is it, 20
burrito,
days?
just
20
ham by
days.
itself. It's like, oh man, dude, that's
The butter with those little Hawaiian rolls are good,
Oh,
man.
my God.
Yeah. Like my
Those
boy, I saw a recipe. I found a bunch of cooking things on Instagram. I make them. I get those Hawaiian Kings rolls. I'll get ground beef, and I'll just make the whole thing flat. Grill it. I'll put butter under the bread. Put cheese, like yellow American cheese, and then put the meat on top, and then put more cheese on top, and then I think I put butter on top of the whole thing, and cook it up for about 7-8 minutes, dude. When it comes out, it's so good, like little sliders, little hamburger sliders. Oh my god, dude. I've posted some up on Instagram that it was like, damn, that looks bomb, dude. I'm like, hell yeah, man. I get down with the cooking, dude. Like, I love cooking, man. That's one thing I miss about Thanksgiving. I don't cook anymore because it's just my son and myself. But before, I used to love cooking. I used to cook a ham here and there. Once I think I cooked chicken breast. It wasn't really all that great, but it's the ham is just hands down the best, because it's like you get a big old ham, you couldn't finish it, and I'd have ham for like 3-4 days, man. I'll be loving it. Just like a chopped up ham and con huevos. Oh man, just like that in salsa. But what about the sides though? What's your favorite aside from mashed potatoes? That
you have to have mac and cheese. I mean.
Mac and cheese? See, I never really had it with mac and cheese.
You've never had mac and cheese?
I've gone to Mexican Thanksgiving.
Yeah, dude.
schools,
What
you know
Mexican
I mean?
place does have mac and cheese? Though everybody has mac and cheese. It's like the no.
Frijoles,
That's
arrocito.
No way.
Yeah.
You
Little
guys
rice.
don't have mac and
too.
cheese.
Yeah.
I always have mac and cheese.
Yeah, everybody likes mac and cheese.
Like we don't do like the green bean thing with Jake, the ham, the ham, what is that? Yeah, the mac and cheese. I'm sorry. None of that. Like I said, because I've gone to traditional Mexican Thanksgivings. Like I said, the rice, la rosita con los frijolitos.
Thanksgiving is not traditionally Mexican though.
I know, but Mexican families have it, right?
I'm telling you, it doesn't get more
American than mac and cheese.
It doesn't get more Mexican than chicken. Thanksgiving.
Chicken with mac and cheese is like a half and half.
Look,
Just stuff the chicken with some mac and cheese.
This is your typical. I grew up. Well, actually, you guys grew up in Maywood. Did you guys grow up in Maywood?
Yeah.
Okay, I grew up in HP. I did play in Maywood, but I grew up in HP and Southgate. So it's kind of like a combination. But Maywood is really Mexican too. So
yeah, it's all Mexican now, dude. For a while, I don't even know if it's still doing that, but Maywood was the most populated city per capita in America.
But it was smaller than HP and Southgate. So
yeah.
And if you go to the schools, like Southgate was like one of the least diverse schools in the nation.
Of course, you know what I mean. But right here, it's the same thing. It's Maywood. It's all Mexican.
I know.
Dude, you know
yeah.
what
So
I mean?
I was gonna fucking shit on you guys, but then I was like, fuck.
It's not. You know.
It's Maywood.
Yeah,
It's Maywood. Fuck. I was like,
Mexicans on Mexicans. I mean, some people are gonna watch this like, what the fuck? Chicken with mac and cheese?
Yes, bro. Chicken, bro. We had chicken. Yeah, it's the worst. But yeah, I mean, obviously, look, you got the chicken. I mean, you guys had mashed potatoes, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, mashed potatoes. All right. Gravy or no gravy?
Gravy.
I cannot stand it without gravy. It's
you know what though? I did used to like it without gravy, but now
you were like
now
5.
I can't. Now I can't stand it without
My son
gravy.
eats mashed potatoes without gravy. You know what I mean? And later on, when he realizes like it's so freaking good with the gravy.
So we had that mashed potatoes, the Hawaiian rolls. Obviously, Hawaiian rolls is what
Tampoco,
you. Yeah,
tortillas.
yeah, tortilla.
No, I'm sorry. Wait, my compadres, I think they had bread. Yeah, like the
Bolillo?
Yeah, bolillos. Yeah.
Te la paso. Yeah, te la paso. But I think eventually we moved on to Hawaiian rolls because it was like the only time we bought Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah. That makes
And then
sense.
we had tamales too.
See, I never
had tamales, no?
No. That's like I said, we always save it for Christmas.
Yeah, something unwrapped.
Have you guys seen the turkey that gets deep fried? You guys see that big deep fryer for turkeys?
No, I've never had it. I've never had it. Everybody
I've never had it,
about
but have you seen that big thing that deep
the
fries?
big pot?
No, I've never seen it.
No?
You never seen it? The deep fryers? Yeah. I think they have one at Bass Pro Shops for like
Deep
$50.
frying turkey? I've never seen that.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Bass Pro Shops, they have it for $50. Yeah, and all you do is like some of them come with the oil, the peanut oil, I think it is, or the grapeseed oil that you can fry it. Because if you fry it with like canola oil, it's gonna catch on fire. That's what they were talking about.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you're not supposed to do it with canola oil. It gets
has
too
to be
hot.
it has to be something that burns slower.
Peanut oil. I think it's like grapeseed oil that doesn't burn
Quickly.
Yeah, and I think it fries it real quick too. Within like less than an hour, it's done. Something like that. I've never actually had it. I was hearing people
is it good? Have you tried it?
I haven't tried it. No.
Yeah, everyone's always talking like when I go to the barber shop, like, oh yeah, man, I had that fried turkey and it's so good. I'm like, damn, dude, like I've never freaking had it or know anybody that makes it.
Fuck, this is the first time.
That's what happens for being Mexican. Like, just you know what I mean. Like, esa madre no la hacen. You know what I mean? That's fucking.
What were the sides you guys ate though? Now I'm interested.
Same thing: rice, beans. Right here, I would make when I would make the ham. I'd make the mashed potatoes.
Rice, is it just orange rice?
Yeah, orange rice. I don't know how to make white rice. My mom knows how to make white rice. I think I would have her make the rice because she can make some bomb rice. I think every mom makes better food, much better than we ever will.
Many of us,
yeah, exactly. Combined, you know what I mean?
So wait, you had turkey? You had turkey or ham?
No, I had ham, rice, beans, mashed potatoes, and I didn't have stuffing because that's a white people thing.
Yeah, I've never had stuffing.
Yeah, I mean it's good. I've
had
had
stuffing.
it. Yeah.
My mom makes it with stuffing.
Yes, but
stuffing,
that's like
cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes.
She makes all that. Yeah.
See
so those are your sides?
That's where the normal sides that we always had.
Yeah.
So what was it? Say it again.
Stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and then we would also have our tamales and then all the other like rice and beans as well.
Yeah, you gotta have exactly.
Never had beans.
Never had beans with beans.
I don't think I had rice and beans on.
It's like
I don't remember.
I don't do beans.
No,
we probably did though because it was with chicken, So we probably did have.
Yeah, you just don't remember it. Yeah.
I just don't remember.
You didn't say though. How did you have the chicken? Like, how was the chicken?
It was probably, to be honest, we probably get it from
Los Pollos or something like that.
like something like, but it wasn't like fried. It was
rotisserie.
rotisserie.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's good. Like I think the
I never really liked that type of chicken, and my mom knew I didn't like it.
What? You don't like rotisserie chicken?
No, I like rotisserie chicken, but for whatever reason, wherever she would get it from,
he didn't
was
like
the
that
worst fucking place. And then sometimes she would try different places, and then she would also try the supermarkets, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't like it, man. But there's now everybody makes great fucking chicken. Everybody makes great chicken now.
They buy those big ass plump chickens. By the time they're done cooking, they're still kind of pretty big.
Yeah.
So once you get it out, it's still full of like a lot of grease and flavor, you know.
And then the pollo asado, like they have a nice pollo asado now.
Yeah. Well, have you ever seen it? I think Gonzalez makes it rotisserie pero asado. They put it in that, and it kind of just
Gonzalez,
turns it.
the Northgate ones.
Yeah. So they spread the chicken, open, and then they put it on it, and it kind of just flips it up, and it kind of, a rotisserie, but at the same time, it grills
asado,
it. That's really good, man. That's the only thing is it comes out a little bit dry.
Sometimes.
Yeah, instead of the rotisserie style where it comes out nice and juicy, the asado lo hacen for two. They make it too long, and it comes a little bit dry. It's still pretty good.
It has a little burnt taste.
Yeah, it's bomb.
Excellent.
Oh man, dude, it's like tortillas. When you make tortillas in the comal, and you make them in the actual fire, you can taste the difference right away because it has that small charcoal burnt taste, to it. It's oh man, you have to try it like that. Like I love making tortillas like that, man. It's just for me, it's the way to go.
Do you guys like skin on your chicken? Like, do you guys like the skin on the chicken?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't like
when
it's
too
too
soggy.
Rotisserie chicken.
Oh, I don't like it when it's soggy.
You know when it's too soggy?
Yeah, that's
like,
what I hated. That's what I was talking. That's why I didn't like about.
Like when you put it in soup.
Yeah,
they make it in soup and it still has the skin on it.
Yeah.
You guys ever eat the skin? No, me neither, dude.
Yeah,
I can't.
I do eat it in caldo de pollo. I will eat it.
Yeah. Well, see, it's soggy there.
It is soggy there. It's not my favorite, but it's just like it's there. I'll eat it. You know what I mean?
Maybe the taste of the soup. You're just like,
yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, like the guy Chente. He
But
makes,
yes, when it's outside of the soup, I can't have it. If it's too
No.
soggy like that, nah, man.
There's a guy that brings food to the barber shop, and he brings it like that. He'll bring caldo de pollo, like 2 legs, and it has a skin on top. I gotta take the skin off.
The dude that brings the camarones and all that stuff.
Okay. I can't eat the chicken skin like that. Ugh. Anyways. But so you'd have Thanksgiving, and the next question was, what was your favorite holiday movie?
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Home Alone. A classic.
You know what? I don't know if it's a holiday movie.
But let's start with the first holiday just passed, Halloween. What's your favorite Halloween type movie? It the original one or the remade one?
I personally like the remade one. Everybody keeps firing back at that.
I like
them both. I mean, but I grew up with the original one, so it's like for me, it's it's beat.
The remade one is just I don't know. It's just the graphics are amazing. Like
I mean, you could tell that from the one from the '90s, the graphics were terrible, but it's still it's one of those where like it takes you back to a time when you were a little kid and you used to shit yourself.
Yeah,
I do always have that.
Notice how
thing.
none of you guys said, "No, I didn't shit myself." Like you fucking
did.
I do like I do appreciate more like the graphics and stuff like that. Like sometimes people downplay it, like oh nah, like like oh I like the. I mean I'm probably stepping on some toes here. Oh I like the original Star Wars better. Like I'm like man what the fuck dude. Like
I mean I think it's almost the same thing. I mean aside from the TIE fighters, the land ones that look cheap. Everything looks pretty good. The blades, the lightsabers look the same thing. You know what I mean?
Nah,
maybe because there's more definition to them now.
Nah, dude. If you look at the first 3 movies, there's a lot of like, the fight scenes were fucking terrible.
Oh, right? Of course. You know what I mean?
It's terrible.
In
the first movie, what was it? What's the fucking? Is it Layla or the fucking?
Princess Leia.
Leia. Uh-huh. She fucking has a British accent, bro.
She does.
Yes. And in the second movie, she doesn't. And then in the second movie, is it the second movie? I forget. Like, I remember because I had everyone tell me, like, oh, you have to watch it. Dude, they're trying to hook her up with Skywalker.
Yeah, with Skywalker. Yeah, the first one. Yeah,
I think they made out. No, like,
first one,
I think I remember them making out.
They kiss, and then they realize, like, something's wrong. It's like, it's not,
Oh, no. I feel like there was, like, he had no idea.
They did not go to second base, fool.
He was like, no. I mean, they kissed on the thing, and it was kind of like, it was kind of like, all those type of movies back then where it's like eventually, but not right now type of thing. And it was like, and to me it was like, dude, this fool doesn't know where he's going with this fucking storyline. You know what I mean? Like throughout those movies. And then eventually he's like, oh yeah, the twist is these fools are fucking brother and sister.
That's smart though. I would think that's a smart, writing.
Ridiculous, bro. It was ridiculous, but whatever.
It's almost comedic. That's what it is. That's what I thought. I thought it was almost comedic, where it's like they're trying to hook him up, but then later on they're like, "Hey, Dick, we're brother and sister, right?" Like, "Oh shit, yeah." That was not my tongue, It's one of those.
Harrison Ford, dude, really. He's the one that was the shit for. You
see the new Solo movie. The guy does not compare to Ford. His charisma. Yeah, exactly. This persona. It does not compare, man. I mean, because the guy is he's a character, bro. And every character that he plays, he's a fucking cool guy, bro. You know
he takes over, huh?
Oh man, Jesus Christ! In The Fugitive, he's still the fucking man of that one. He's running. He's just a scared little fucking bizotch, trying to fucking run from Tommy Lee Jameson, and he's still the man, bro.
What's the movie in the helicopter? I know you're gonna know.
In the helicopter?
He's like a President's Day.
Air Force One?
Is it Air Force One?
Yeah, it's the plane, dude. Get off my plane! He's the man, bro. Like that's what you remember. Them. Like I don't remember.
And he does his own stunts.
Yeah, dude, I remember much of the movie. All I remember is like, "Get off my plane!" and kicks a guy out. Like, oh shit, dude. Harry Ford, the fucking president's a badass, dude. Now you got some pussy ass dude. That's but we're not gonna get into that.
Hey, what was give me some Halloween movies though, because I the only ones that I could think of. Oh, you know what? I think the when I saw Saw, I was like, okay, I really like Saw.
Saw to me was more gory,
suspense.
No. But I'm saying the first one, and maybe the first couple ones,
It was.
But Saw the first one, I really like. Damn, that was good.
The storyline was good.
It was more storyline than scary, what I mean? Because it was meant to make you think like, damn, these dudes, you have to fucking chop your foot off in order to survive, dude.
More like a psychological.
Psychological.
See, that's what I like.
That's what a psychological thriller.
I like thrillers. I like suspense.
Yes.
It's more along the lines of Silence of the Lambs.
Psychological thrillers is kind of like my shit.
That type of stuff. But those are good to watch on Halloween because they trip you.
Did it come out on Halloween?
Which one? Saw?
Silence of the Lambs. No, Saw definitely came out.
Yeah. Silence of the Lambs. No, I don't remember it coming out on Halloween.
Because if that one came out, I would say that.
Before that one was I think the Butterfly Killer. I think it was or something like that. That was because Silence of the Lambs was a prequel to another movie. And in Silence of the Lambs, they're trying to catch the guy from the previous movie. Which got
Wait, there was a movie before Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah. It was that's a Silence of the Lambs a prequel to something else because Jodie Foster, right? She recruits what's his name?
Oh shit, I never knew that.
Yeah, what's the name of the actor?
I don't even know.
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, she recruits Anthony Hopkins to help her out to catch a killer, and that killer was in the first movie, but it wasn't called like Silence of the Lambs or anything. I forgot what the name of it was before, but you gotta check it out.
I never knew that.
Yeah. What?
Not Hannibal, right?
No,
Hannibal came after.
Yeah, Hannibal came after, and then there was a Red Dragon, and then
there was something like yeah, that's a good movie, dude.
Red Dragon was really good, man. I really like. They're all really good storylines. The way they write them out, dude, it's fucking.
There was a time where I was like, damn, Anthony Hopkins.
But Saw took it too far, man. Like after the third one,
it made
just
yeah.
Right? It became like a formulaic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a little formula. Okay, we're gonna do this and that and this and that.
Didn't they come out with like a new one like last year or something?
Jigsaw.
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 How was that one? I didn't even see it.
I stopped watching after like 4, and even at 4, it was like, really, dude. Come on, man. This guy's still alive. He's gonna live forever.
No, dude. You know what I stopped watching? I might have watched one after this, but
Chucky.
They cut it. Didn't they cut that motherfucker in half?
Which one?
Saw. They cut the guy in half.
The old man? I don't remember.
No, it was another guy, where the pendulum blade is swinging back and forth.
No, like he was in the hospital. They had cut him in half. He had essentially died, right? And then he left out in his tapes. But then you see him alive in another one. Am I tripping?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I stopped watching after like 4 or something. I don't even think I finished 4. It was like, crap. It's just too redundant.
I was like, dude, like
he's alive on VHS.
Like if he would have died, that would have been good. And then maybe the tapes. But
someone else take over.
I think he was still alive.
I think the chick is the one that took over right after he died. Yeah. After that one, I was like, forget it. I'm not watching this. Like, dude, forget it.
Se pasan.
Or Child's Play. I think they were playing the Chucky movies like on TV this past couple of days. Like all of them was like, all right. Like Chucky 1 is cool because the same thing is like a kind of scary because it's a freaking doll. You know what I mean? Kind of suspense thriller type of thing. And then Child's Play 2. I love Child's Play 2, dude. It's the best out of any Chucky movie ever, dude. If you ever get a chance, watch Child's Play 2. It's fucking so good.
Is that the one with the Toy Factory or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude. I couldn't see Chucky for so long because of that movie.
Dude, my boy still my boy doesn't like going into Spencer Gifts because there's a Chucky doll in there always.
I didn't see it until I grew up, and then I fucking saw the movie. I was like, damn, I was a little bitch. like watching that fucking movie.
Look more of the phone real quick. You little bitch watching Chucky movies like, mamá, me va a agarrar el muñeco.
You see, but you have different types of horror films. You have your suspenseful, your jump at you, which is what do they call those? Those where they have just high shrieks that just
like
fucking
shock,
come out
you know,
of here.
shock,
yeah,
shock,
like shock videos.
Yeah.
And you have your gory videos.
Oh yeah, Hellraiser, things like that.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm a little bit into more of the jump at you, the freaking pump action, whatever. There's this movie called Evil Dead, but the new one.
Oh yeah.
Not the old one, the new one. Man, they remade that, and just the visual graphics that they have, man, it's pretty scary.
Who's that one guy that makes like the House of
Robert
1000?
Rodriguez? Oh, Rob Zombie. Yeah.
Like, you know what? Like, I always used to be like, because I'm not really big into horror films type of shit. But I saw him and I was like, dude, like, this guy really...
He likes to make
takes it serious. You know,
films.
Yeah, it's corny, but I'm like, this guy takes it...
gory, not corny. Gory.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But they're also a little corny. But
big time.
But he goes like in good detail. Like, it's great detail. I was like, okay, this is a...
He's methodical when he makes movies.
Like, this has a storyline. Like, this is something that you made that took time. It's not like... Something that just, like, because a lot of these fucking films are just like,
One of my favorite movies. A little bit twisted, though.
Well, see,
right?
That's I think The Devil's Rejects is like that. It's one of those where it's twisted. The family. Yeah, oh, dude,
you never even heard of that one.
You get to watch it.
Watch that.
It's good.
It's good.
What's it called?
The Devil's Rejects. Yeah, because it's a family that comes down the House of a Thousand Corpses, and they're bad guys, but they're being chased by this cop who I think like. One of the bad guys, the old man, he killed his brother or something like that. So he's chasing after the bad guys. And it's crazy, man, because at the end, you almost kind of root for the bad guys, dude. Because the cop goes demented, dude. It just kind of goes crazy. So at the end, you kind of end up, like, rooting for the bad guys, man. It's crazy, dude. You end up, like I said, you end up hating them at first because it's like, damn, I couldn't do that shit. And then at the end, you're like, yeah, go, fuck yeah, like 100%. It's weird, dude.
What's that fucking movie by Matthew McConaughey? Where it's kind of something like that.
All right. Which one?
Where it's like a scary. It's a.
Matthew McConaughey made a scary movie.
I'll let you guys know, and it was really good.
The only
guys
one I know
continue. I'm gonna look it up.
The Lincoln Lawyer.
The Lincoln Lawyer. Yeah, but
was it a scary movie?
No, it wasn't scary.
It wasn't where he was where he was like a sheriff at the end.
Nah.
Okay, I'm gonna find out right now.
You know what movie sucks that's considered a horror movie? Jeepers Creepers.
Oh yeah, that was
I do remember.
Part one and part two were terrible.
You know, a lot of movies they're good until they show the fucking
bad guy.
The thing we're supposed to be scared of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like it has to. There's gonna be a time where like they're scaring you like, oh shit, you're fucking scared. What the fuck does it look like?
Yeah.
And we're gonna see it, and it's gonna be like, wow, that shit looks scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for the time being, because we haven't got there.
Nowadays. Scary movies are comprised of ghosts and things like that. And I remember in the 90s, Activity. Paranormal Activity. In the 90s, it was Boogeyman. It was Scream. You know what I mean? What's another movie with Doctor? He was like a dentist or something like that. Man, I know you guys don't remember this.
What about Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
That's the original one's cool. I love the original one, man. The remade one, there's like 3 remakes. One with Jessica Biel was just like it was alright. But the original one is just because the camera is so it's like 20 freaking megapixels per freaking. It was just terrible, dude. It was bad, but it looks so good, man. The way it's done, the storyline and everything. The guys just. Coming out, they look dirty as hell. Like they hadn't, showered in days and stuff like that. There was one, I forgot which one it was, like a newer one back in like the early 2000s, where like the chick, she had a white shirt on and she never got it dirty. I was like, really, dude? You're going into the house, running up and down, like all over the floor. It was pretty whack.
The movies that trip me out the worst is the ones that are based on a true story. Those are the worst ones because you're like,
oh yeah,
dude,
based on
So
true
like The
events.
Conjuring or
true
what?
events,
Yeah,
like The
yeah.
Conjuring. True events is like, okay, the storylines, but based on a true story, the whole thing was actually like legit.
Well, it's based on one true story, not true
Yes.
events. Where it's like it takes a bunch of them. It's like, oh, you could, make
Could've
it seem,
happened.
yeah, it could have happened exactly.
Based on a true story, you have. There is. I know there has to be a part of you that's a little bit scared because you're just like, wait,
Not
wait,
really,
hold
'cause
on.
I mean,
this,
I've
this
never
should
been-
Actually, this should actually happen. Like, I've been through some weird shit in my life, like that, like lights flickering. You're just kind of like sitting there, like, what the hell's going on? But like seeing
Because
these
you didn't pay your
movies-
bill, Pierre. Paga el bill, cabrón.
seeing those kind of movies, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, man, this actually happened to somebody? Like this legitimately happened? It's weird.
How about that question? Has anyone ever been like truly like haunted, or like you really saw something that you're like, damn, you're questioning your whole life right now? Has that ever happened to any of you?
No,
To
I've
anybody?
never.
No
It's
supernatural.
like one of those where like te meten en la pinche chinga, then you question your whole life after that. That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah. Other than the lights
should I
flickering.
have jumped off that fucking roof? My papa put una putiza. That's what I've been thinking. Maybe because of that, bro. I got more fucking physical fucking chingadazos than the spiritual fucking chingadazos.
Yeah, how about that feeling when you're about to fall asleep, but then you feel that pressure on top of you? And you're like,
felt that, dude.
get off me.
I think it's
No.
that pedo that condenses your whole fucking bed. Like, oh shit.
I've had that one.
That's happened to me. What they call it is sleep paralysis. It's just like your body is about to shut down, but your mind wakes up, and then all of a sudden you're just like,
You
I
can't
want to
up.
get up, but your body's down.
It's kind of like
it-
an out of body experience, kind of like you're just
Kinda.
like, oh,
Yeah, where you
Kinda.
feel like what it is like, this is what I've determined because I had it like a few times, and it was it always felt like someone was on top of me. So you felt like you're like, what?
Come on,
the
get off.
Like what the
Like,
fuck?
I'm in the living
You know,
room,
like
like, I
you
go-
know no one's in the room, but you know someone. Like you feel someone on top of you, and you feel like you're awake, but you don't even like you're almost like scared to try to move because like you're gonna have to confront the fact that you probably have like a ghost or something on top of you, you know.
You don't
And
wanna
then
open your eyes,
I realized like the first time, it took me a while before I actually woke up. The next two times, I just fucking went for it. I woke up, like, I got up quicker, and I realized that I was asleep when that was happening. So then now every time.
It was a dream.
So no, it's a sleep. Like you're kind of slightly awake,
Yeah.
but you're asleep.
Yeah.
So like you feel like you're seeing, but you're not really seeing.
not
You know
really
what I mean? Like
seeing,
you're like, so you're asleep, and then because when you wake up, you're like, oh shit, I was asleep. You know what I mean? Like,
Real quick,
but it's fucking scary
real
though. That
quickly,
shit
though.
is the worst.
besides Home Alone, what's your favorite holiday movie? For your favorite Christmas, around that time movie, Thanksgiving, from Thanksgiving to Christmas movie.
Santa Claus?
For me, it's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
A Nightmare Before
Yeah,
Christmas.
Jack Skellington, Santa Claus,
I think I watched that movie once.
Really?
Gosh,
What?
that's
Oh
right.
man, you gotta show your kids, see what happens after that. They're gonna watch it freaking every freaking
When I was
every
little, I
year.
was scared of that movie.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. Especially the scene. What
alive.
you get for Christmas? He holds up the dead head. It's like, no quiero.
No quiero Navidad. Te lo sigo, pendejo. Yeah, that's one of those. No, I always loved it. At first, I didn't like it because it was like stupidly musical. But the more you watch it, the more you realize like the songs are actually pretty freaking good. Then you start memorizing them, and then before you know, you start singing like an idiot. Just in the park by yourself and like just feeding the pigeons, and it sees you. But anyways, yeah, that was one of my favorite movies. Of course, Home Alone. There's those.
What about the Santa Claus? You guys know Santa Claus?
So,
With,
yeah,
Tim Allen?
Tim Allen.
Allen.
Yeah, I know what I didn't really like.
No?
It's a good storyline, but the graphics on it were just terrible.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
horrible. That's what made the movie just really, really bad for me. It's called there was which was the one Groundhog Day. You guys ever watch Groundhog Day?
Okay, I was gonna say Groundhog Day, but
That-
does that count as a holiday movie?
Yeah, because it's Christmas. You know what I mean? The guy.
No,
he's
it's
spending
from,
winter. You know what I mean? It's winter. It's Groundhog Day. You know what I mean? So he's just trying to figure out. But
Okay.
it's what's in the snow. You know what I mean? It's in winter time. So I guess
That's
a
my
holiday
favorite. That's
season.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
What's funny about that movie is that they replay it all day.
Yeah.
All day.
Around Groundhog Day, they replayed the whole.
Oh,
thing.
for real? They
Yeah,
play it
yeah,
all day?
yeah. Now, he made another one. I think it was Scrooge. I think it was.
yeah,
Bill
yeah.
Murray. That was
Yeah.
actually pretty good. I don't know if you guys saw that one. That was actually pretty good. But
But
with
it wasn't
that,
as good as that one. That Groundhog Day, dude.
oh, it's the best, dude.
Dude, it's so fucking good. Like that's like what really got me into Bill Murray. Cause I was like,
What was
man,
it?
like you see, like he was when he like think I'm a god. You know, like,
crazy.
He's like,
he takes the groundhog and puts it in the truck. He's like, here, you drive. You know, you drive better than me.
And
He does all that.
And he was like, what was he like? He's like, I think being a god is just you just know everything. You've lived long enough that you just know every single thing.
Yeah. He starts playing the piano. He takes piano lessons, and I think in one of them he says he plays a lot crazy. And he goes, "It's my first day." He does the ice sculptures and all that stuff. Like it's one of my favorite movies, dude.
But he tries to like that. That was the funny part where he was trying to convince her to like sleep with him, but
it kept backfiring on him.
You know, like he was getting to another point, but she's just that person that was not gonna let him, you know,
until he stopped trying, and then
unless it was for real, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of stopped trying. He just like said, let nature be nature.
When he was throwing all the fucking cards into the hat, he's like, "Wow, how do you do that?" He's like, 4 or 5 months, you'll be good. You know, like fucking just do it for 4 or 5 months.
It's Bill Murray's just got those lines where it's like, it's very, very good. But with that, we're gonna leave. Like this is already done.
Someone put like right there. They were like, I saw someone get shot in front of me.
I
was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit.
That's a scary thing, but that's not a paranormal thing.
Could be after the fact though.
Yeah, probably. But having said that, we're gonna leave you guys here, and we're gonna stop recording. This is the end of, I guess, this episode. If anything, like I said, you can find all us on social media. Pierre, you can find Pierre on
Pi _ EPR 829.
Pi _ EPR 829.
You can find me on IG, also on Twitter, but just IG is really what I use. At I'm the Germinator.
I'm the Germinator. I am.
I'm the Germinator. I am DAGERMANATOR.
I'm the Germinator.
I'm the Germinator.
Well, I recently took down all my social media accounts,
right.
So I got
because Albert works. I don't know if I can say it. He works in law enforcement now. He's the guy when you barely go inside, you have to spread your butt cheeks for him.
Yeah.
What?
So, yeah, it's crazy because he just
For real?
like
He gets all
once
up
he
in there.
got promoted to that dude, he's like, forget it, I'm not going out any weekends. Like, okay.
I got my holiday right here.
Oh yeah, his own personal Groundhog Day.
Exactly.
See if the groundhog comes out. But having said that, you can follow us at Chopping It Up with Barber Serg on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook. We're gonna have some videos pretty soon, one-on-one videos, also on Facebook, Chopping It Up with Barber Serg. I'm trying to get it on audio, so I'll have that coming up soon. I'll give you guys more information on that. But also, you can see it on Instagram as well, Chopping It Up with Barber Serg. It's Chopping It Up / with Barber Serg. Having said that, thank you guys very much. If you guys, like this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Everything's all good, man. We accept, negative, positive comments. I don't care. It's all good. But thank you guys so very much, man. And we're out, bro. Hit it, P.